my channel. So today's video is going to be a tutorial on the look that I am wearing. It is just a bronze neutral, really kind of a natural everyday cut crease. It's just a gorgeous look. I tried to keep it very neutral and very everyday-ish because I know that I can get those colors to deepen up and I can smoke it out really quickly and it can get really dark really fast. So you'll see throughout the video that I struggle to keep it very neutral. I used the Kylie Bronze Extended Palette. Looks like this. It's a gorgeous palette. I've been dying to dip into it for a while, so that is what I did today. Now, at the end of this video, I do have some new stuff. I did get some new palettes, and I got some new brush sets. I got the Wayne Goss eye set, as well as the full Tom Ford eye brush set, and I think I have pictures of those at the end of this video, but I'm telling you, these Tiegan brushes are amazing. So, yeah. If you guys want to see how I got this look and everything, then just keep on watching. And if you're new here, don't forget and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell right next to it so you'll be notified of all of my future uploads. And without further ado, let's just get right on into it. As always, I'm starting with priming my eyes with MAC's Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. And then I am going to set this primer with some translucent powder. I'm going to take this all the way up to the brow bone and kind of carve that out while I've got this in my possession. I'm taking this from the inner corner kind of all the way to the outer corner. You want to place it pretty much everywhere where you're going to put shadow. And I am using the Sigma F60 paddle brush to set that primer with some translucent powder. Okay. So now I have drawn I'm starting out with drawing my fake crease. I have already done this one. I'm using the Kylie Bronze Extended Palette and I'm using this shade right here. I think this is Hermatite, and as always, I'm going to walk you guys through the steps. You want to look straight ahead. You want to place a little mark on the skin fold or on the hood of the eye, and I'm using a winged liner brush from Sigma. This is the EO6. This brush is absolutely amazing for getting a really thin, fine line, and I'm going to start this at the inner corner. And I'm going to follow along the natural curvature of my natural crease, as well as my natural eye socket shape. And it's going to look like this. And I'm going to kind of stop like right at the end. Even though I'm going to wing out the shadows, I'm going to be stopping the actual crease right about there. So it's going to look like this. And when you look straight ahead with your eyes open, you want to be able to see the crease. You want to be able to see that line that you just drew. All right, so for my first transition shade, I'm going to dip into this shade right here. I have been into using bronzers lately as my first transition shade, just because when you do use a bronzer in your crease, it just kind of ties the whole look together. I'm just going to take this right directly above the fake crease line that I drew. I'm just going to kind of lightly sketch out this shape. And I'm also lightly kind of just blending out that line that I drew also. I want this look to be a very soft and natural cut crease, as opposed to some of mine which tend to get a little too dark and smoky. And then as I get to the end, I'm going to kind of flick it out a little bit. I actually prefer to draw the crease because it gives me an outline of where to place my shadows. And I actually like to kind of map it out once I draw it, because you can see that the line has kind of blended itself out. However, the base still has a little bit of depth, and that's going to come in handy when we go to deepen that up a little bit. Now I'm going to go in and do my brow bone shade, and I'm going to use this Iconic London Fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is a cream color shade, and I'm going to just go over the brow bone area. I am also, as always, I'm going to just graze very lightly over that transition shade that I just put in, so that it will kind of be kind of light and feathery up towards the top. I really like everything to be kind of blended and seamless. So I'm just going to, that's what I'm gonna do. Yep, because that's the way we kind of like it over here. Stick with this brush, and I'm gonna jump into this peachy shade. This palette, because it's a very warm, the look can get very warm very quickly, so that's why I started with this shade right here, which is kind of a cool tone shade as my transition shade. So now I'm going to go into this shade, and I'm just going to take a little bit of this, and I'm going to kind of go pretty much right on top of that last shade, but I'm going to be very slow with this because I don't want this to get too hot. And this shade is very, very warm. So I'm gonna just put a tiny bit on at a time. And then once it's pretty much off the brush, I'm gonna flick it out a little bit here at the end. Do a little bit on my lower lash line. You can see that it can get really warm really quickly. It's already kind of really warmed up the whole look. I'm going to take just a tiny bit more now of this cool tone shade here, and I'm going to just place it above that orangey shade that I just put in. Just kind of right above there. And I'm doing this because I don't want this look to be too orangey. I want to try to keep a little bit of that cool tone. So I'm just kind of, I'm barely touching. I'm just putting it on the very edge of that last shade, that orangey shade. And now I'm just using a blending brush and blending everything and grazing over the edges. NYX shadow base in white, and I am going to add this just to the lid. I'm not going to take this very high, and you'll see that because I don't want to have shimmer on my skin fold. And if I take this all the way up to where I drew the fake crease, then when I look straight ahead and that skin fold comes down, I would have shimmer on that hood of my eye or that skin fold, and I don't want that. If you guys like that and that's the look you're going for, then you can feel free to carve out your lid as high as you want your shimmer. For me, I'm going to keep it low. Okay, so mine looks like this, and I kept the shadow base on my lid, and I took it up to pretty much where my natural crease starts. Now, if I didn't have that hood or that skin fold that comes down, then I probably would take this up a little bit higher so that you get that illusion that looks like you have more lid space than you do, and I would just carve it out a little bit higher. But if I do that, then when my skin folds and I'm looking straight ahead, I would have shimmer on my skin fold, and I don't want that. So I'm keeping mine fairly low, just like this, but feel free to carve yours out any way that you like it. So I'm probably going to use my fingers and apply one of these shimmer shades, and I haven't decided which one yet. I think I'm going to do this one. I think I'm going to start with this one in the inner corner and see how these pans swirl also, by the way. Kind of swirl around a little bit. You can take them out, I guess. All right, so I'm going to just put this in the inner corner. I have not played with these or anything, so obviously I have no idea what they look like, how bright they are. And then I think I'm gonna go with this bronzy one, I think. I don't know, I'm torn between both of these. I don't know which one to take. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, I guess I'll go in with this one. See how that turns when you go around? All right, I'm gonna put this on the middle to the end, and I like that. That's kind of a coppery shade. And then I'm going to grab my shader brush. This is a lid shader. This is the shader lid. It's the E56, and I'm gonna take just a tiny bit on the end. And I'm just gonna kind of wiggle this. I'm also gonna dip into the gold a little bit too I want to take this beautiful sienna bricky color shade here, that's shimmery, and I'm going to put in, I'm actually going to draw a crease line, a really super thin line, and every time I go in with a pencil brush, like a thicker pencil brush, I always get it too thick. Now, and I'm just going to go over that pretty brick shimmery, I call it like a sienna shimmery shade. It's gonna kind of go over it. It's looking really pretty. It to be in there because it's such a beautiful red color, it just sort of acts as a little pop right there in the crease. And that was really all I wanted with that, so that is what I did. Now I am done with the eyes and I'm ready to touch up the face, so gotta decide which products I'm gonna use. All right, the first thing I'm gonna do is contour. Now I do very, very little contouring, and I'm using the Precision P86, a brush. It's a pointed precision brush from Sigma, and I'm using the IT Cosmetics called You Sculpted. And I don't do very much, so I'm going to take a mixture of the light contour here and the medium contour, and I'm going to show you what I do for my nose. I'm just going to take a little bit down the bridge of the nose, and I'm going to chisel right in through this area right here. So I'm going to pick up the medium shade, going down the edge, and I'm going to also use this brush that it came with. So I'm going to pick up a little bit more product and just kind of feather out that line. And I'm going to go back over here and do the same thing with and I'm using the light contour for this. Want to get to, I'm going to grab this is the matte highlight, and I'm just going to take this down the bridge of the nose. Now I'm going to go into the medium contour, this darker shade right here, and I'm going to just like chisel the edge right here. All right, so for my face, I'm going to touch up with the Becca Chrissy Tiegan Collab palette. Looks like this. It is literally one of my favorites, and I'm just going to use the Jaclyn Hill Morphe brushes because this is what I do for every day. I literally just use these brushes for every day. And because this is a deeper bronzer, I'm just doing the outer perimeters of the face. Sometimes I will use the blush shade, which is just gorgeous. And because I don't like two round apples on the cheek, I usually feather it back. Using the rose gold highlighter that came in the palette, I'm touching up the tops of my cheekbones, my cupid's bow, and the bridge of my nose. I'm using the Morphe Bare Babe Lip Trio that came with a lip liner, a lipstick, and a gloss. I believe all three are $14. Whew. Gosh, I love that setting spray. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this look. Of course, I had to touch up and put back in a little bit of that beautiful red brick sienna shimmery shade. Of course, I had to do that. Of course. All right, so that completes the look, and thank you guys so much for watching. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you guys are new here. And I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching. That concludes the video, and I will see you in my next one. Mwah! Bye. Okay, so quick peek at the makeup room. So I don't have the big beauty room that the big gurus have. I've got these two or three little tower drawers, roll out things from Amazon. I don't have the white IKEA drawers like the big wigs, and I don't have the big beauty room. So this is my little beauty station that I concocted myself with wooden crates from Walmart because, well, that's all I have room for, and stick-up shelves because I don't have those nice big IKEA drawers. So yeah, this is what I came up with. You work with what you have. It is what it is. Lots of brushes. I'm getting close to 300 now, but I love brushes.